Hi, welcome to our mini video series on chronic insomnia. My name is Greg Frileux and I'm the co-founder of SleepyHead Program. So we've created this video series to be kind of a virtual consultation, if you wish, with one of the world's leading sleep experts. So you should have completed your test and you should now have your results. So over the next few videos, our sleep expert will take you through what chronic insomnia is in much more detail to really help you understand this condition better and give you some advice on how to treat and manage it. But before we go into the video series itself, let me tell you a bit more about our sleep expert. Her name is Stephanie Romiszewski, and she's one of the leading sleep experts in the field of insomnia. So she's a researcher, yes, but she also works with patients and has done so for over 15 years, during which she's treated thousands and thousands of patients over a range of various different conditions. She has an MSc in sleep medicine and a BSc in psychology, so she really understands those two aspects and has been able to blend them together and create a treatment plan that has been extremely successful in her over 15 years of career. She has worked with NASA as well in Harvard Medical School, helping them understand how astronauts could cope with a 25-hour day on Mars. And so she understands chronobiology and circadian rhythm extremely well, which has been a great asset when treating patients. On top of her medical work, she's also worked on many television programs, including a high-profile Channel 4 TV series called The Secrets of Sleep, during which she had to treat patients on screen. So really, if you wanted to be treated by anyone, I think she would be the best person to go to. Without further ado, I will leave Stephanie go through the next few videos with you. See you later.
Hello, my name's Stephanie Romiszewski. I'm a sleep physiologist and I specialise in treating sleep disorders. In this mini-series, I'm going to give you the keys to fixing your sleep problem for good. But before we do that, I need you to understand something about sleep problems and insomnia so that you can better prepare for that process. I don't know whether what you have researched has been very evidence-based and scientific, so I'm going to teach you the truths about this condition. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with what insomnia actually is. So what does it look like? So when you're looking in a textbook, what we would see is a few different types of insomnia. So the first being, and probably the most common one that comes to mind for most people, is the inability to fall asleep in the first instance. So you go to bed and you can't put yourself to sleep. Then you might be able to stay asleep, but you could have been through that process for hours. That might not be the process though, that could be just one, and that is onset insomnia. So the second one is where maybe you can get to sleep, but then you wake in the night and you can't get back to sleep. Or perhaps it's a mixture of all of those things. So the first being onset insomnia, the second being maintenance insomnia, so it's hard to maintain the sleep. It could be a mixture of those things. It could look slightly different from either of those things. It could mean that you wake up in the morning and you feel like the sleep has been really, really light. It could be that you wake in the morning super early, even though you know you shouldn't be waking up that early and you can't get back to sleep. So there's lots of different variations of insomnia. There's lots of different triggers and causes of insomnia as well. So we might have been through something very stressful. We might have got an illness. We might have been put on a new medication. There is lots of different reasons why that we could start having sleep problems, and indeed it's actually quite normal to have sleep problems after something changes in our lives. Some of the variables change, that's totally normal. What's not normal though is for those sleep problems to continue despite the original triggers potentially either being fixed or going away. So we know that it's normal to get sleep problems after something changes in your life, but it's not necessarily normal for them to continue. So what's the difference? Even if we take away those original triggers, so even if we try to fix what we originally thought the problem was, why is it that our sleep problems are continuing? So we think this is because of some behaviours that we all seem to do. So for example, one of those behaviours being spending more time trying to sleep. So we often find ourselves trying to go to bed early or lying in, or essentially just trying to catch up and compensate for this lack of sleep, even when we're not sleepy. But of course, unfortunately, as you probably already know, that only leads to more lack of sleep. It doesn't lead to sleep, which is what we want. And so we start to realise that whilst there's things that hold all people with sleep problems and insomnia in common, it is not necessarily your age or your sex or your career or your circumstances in life. It literally does not discriminate, and anyone can get this problem. In the next video, we're going to look at the different treatments that do and don't work for insomnia and sleep problems.